after watching Red Bull and Verstappen set the fastest lap on day one, do you fear that this is an early sign of another dominant season, or is it still too early to say?
Josh, dare I say, congratulations to 2024 Formula One World Champion Max Verstappen on another great championship season. But in all seriousness, like I really think that Red Bull. Well, I thought this last year, but I believe that Red Bull, is probably going to win the championship again. The constructors, and Max Verstappen is more than likely going to be the world champion yet again, and starting the first day of testing 1.140 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. The rest of the competition has to be like, oh my goodness, here we go again. We've already seen this story. And the thing is, Red Bull probably still hasn't even shown their full hand with the car. So how much faster could this car potentially be? It could be even faster than what we already saw on day one. But looking at all the lap times across the board, it's still probably too early to see where everybody stands at this point. Just after one day of testing, still got a couple of days more of this, and then we're also gonna have the season starting up very soon, and then we're gonna have a handful of races early on the season to evaluate where everybody stands. But I still think that this is an indication, that 2024 is still going to be Max Verstappen and Red Bull's playground.
Yes, if you were hoping for a shake-up to the running order for Formula One in 2024, I'm sad to say it might not happen, because that is an ominous start for Red Bull. No problems, so many laps on the board, and it was very, very fast. He was 0.7 ahead at lunchtime and then extended his advantage in the afternoon. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow when Perez gets in the car. We saw last year how much of an offset there was between the two Red Bull drivers. Will that continue into this year with this new car? Max P1, surely not, says Matthew. I know. Amazing, isn't it? Let's see what, McLaren looked fairly good today. Lando Norris had a floor issue in the afternoon after he took over from Oscar Piastri, who did the morning running. As you mentioned, Josh, Lewis Hamilton still to sample the Mercedes and won't get to have a go until tomorrow afternoon once George Russell gets an extra few hours done in the morning. But we're straight into the Grand Prix next weekend. We talked about pick a winner before, and it was fairly simple picking for supercars recently with SVG and McLaughlin before that. I feel like we may have a Verstappen across the board pick for the Bahrain Grand Prix next weekend. Of course, that is on a Saturday. Let's not forget these first two Grand Prix of the season on Saturdays in Bahrain and in Jeddah the week after. But yeah, looks pretty ominous from here on out. But we've still got 2 days of testing to go, and everyone else could have just been doing their own thing, doing their own run plan. And maybe by this time on Friday, we'll have more of an idea of how far away Red Bull are or not.